Welcome back. So really quick video I wanted to do because when I interviewed Monica Quitiva in this last two podcast episodes ago, we had a lot of good sound bites in there, and I wanted to expand upon this idea. And actually, she brought this up, and this is a really good one. So we were talking a little bit about generalists in clinical research and how I think everyone should be a generalist. If you've been watching the channel, you know what I'm talking about. If not, you should be a generalist anyways. And what she said was very interesting. So no matter what background you are, no matter what career you're coming from, no matter what your specialty is, maybe you're in software, maybe you are in hospitality, maybe you're a teacher. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. There is the research industry is so big. All right, there are sites, there are sponsors, there are CROs, and there are vendors. The vendors is what everyone usually forgets about, and the vendors is really where all those transferable skills, or the majority of those transferable skills, can go to. All right, so in 2022, I read this article before coronavirus pandemic, something around 2022 or 2024, 60% of research money spent on research and development is going to vendors. So these are the EDC vendors, these are the IWRS vendors, these are the e-patient diaries, these are the e-regulatory vendors, these are the AI companies, these are all the risk-based monitoring companies, tons of vendors, patient recruitment vendors, no matter what industry you are coming from. There is a place for you in clinical research. If you are a teacher, there's a place for you in clinical research. There's a lot of training going on at the site level, at the CRO level, at the sponsor level. If you came from, you can just pick anything at random. There's a place for you in clinical research. Marketing, huge opportunity and huge place for you in clinical research. We talk about patient recruitment and physician recruitment all the time. If you come from accounting, there are budget analysts, contracts and budgets, payment analysts. If you're project manager, there's project management assistant. At the site level, you have all these budgets and contracts departments at academic medical centers, even at small sites. So it's hard to think of any profession or industry where research would not be welcoming of that background, right? Of course, you're gonna have to learn clinical research as well, but just because you're coming from an industry that's not healthcare related does not mean you can't get into clinical research and you can't have a very successful career in clinical research, because people from the outside underestimate the size of clinical research. I think, Carlos, that's going to be a quote, okay, for Instagram. People on the outside underestimate the size of clinical research. They just think it's scientists running experiments at hospitals. And just get on LinkedIn and start searching clinical research and look at all the companies that are out there and look at all the people on LinkedIn that are out there. The majority of them are not scientists. The majority of them are solutions providers. The majority of them work in some capacity, either as an admin or at the site or CRO level. Okay, so no matter what your background is, there's a place for you in clinical research as long as you're willing to put in the work and the time required to understand the industry and figure out, your goal is to figure out where you fit in. So don't be dismissive of the fact that, hey, I'm a teacher or I'm something else from another industry. It has nothing to do with healthcare, so it's going to be harder for me to get into clinical research. There's a place for you in clinical research. The hardest part is getting in. Once you're in, you're closer to everything. So once you're in, you get your first position, you don't like it, you're now in the industry, so you're closer, you're becoming a generalist. You're closer now to where you want to go, and you'll at least know where you want to go. So don't underestimate your background. Think of your transferable skills and put it to work.